Hello everyone. Isamak se science ki satrani, particularly hajataragadi physics ki satrani. I have graduated, then master loire. Hauzik se PhD ki satra oina leizari ko. So sigi yorpa stage da aina khalizi kamai khange bu so yorpa matam jida science abisidi physics and chemistry and biology and tongan tokhaina tamakpai wani ma se they are interrelated or they are like a one package ang katangi mongda ne haitare moi singse amade ama loi samnai tokai na kino tawjabai wani so sumaina khanga ku matam sida kaido ge bu aina khalui that eh yam khangena means subject ki kino da khangena ta hojiki matang da sumaina pulap lei mayam di pangna khangna di si oira mega is khang but then I came across a book by Jacob Bronowski called The Common Sense of Science. I know the paraktorib se common sense of science ko ba like kama pai by Jacob Bronowski. Jacob Bronowski is a very awesome man. I mean a scientist. Magi series ka BBC the series ka Ascent of Man and dugi like sulaiko the Ascent of Man, which is very good in the like abani. So ma say he is a mathematician, he is a poet, he is even a historian, a philosopher. Makal ni mana atauri bise nyam nungai bani magi series ki kamyam label like me am say aduna poina paraktori sinin na sidagi so ideas anu to ni mana science ka arts ka gi maram da haita hobziki very short sida like say the common sense of science ka we aina paraktori ba chapters ina science and sensibility and khangne sidagi paragraph mata khar khatani ko paraktori so let me start. A knowledge of history, of course, even the history of science, will not do duty for science, but it gives us the backbone in the growth of science so that the morning headline suddenly takes its place in the development of our world. It throws a bridge into science from whatever humanist interests we happen to stand on. It does so because it asserts the unity not merely of history but of knowledge. The layman's key to science is its unity with the arts. He will understand science as a culture when he tries to trace it in his own culture. So man haise knowledge of history ki knowledge se even history of science si khaktang na science mapung phan nate si de koi loi khangi adubu si khangmajina kai kana ge history of science khangmajina kai kana ge haibu it gives us the backbone for growth of science ki growth on the backbone am pi so that morning headline suddenly takes its place in the development of our world akoi gi newspaper headline morning headline ke not la ko mam du da development of the world gi science ka mari lena ba da lakhanna ba hai tare ne some backbone am pi ham it throws a bridge into science from whatever humanist interests we happen to stand on. Knowing this history is na kaidoge hai babu akoi gi humanist interests have the kai hai ni awang ba thak the labor interest mayam gi pumna maki khan ba interest hai ta ni ne sigumba mayam je humanity gi oiba interest is science ka mari lena hale science ka was ki bridge story some have the interest level for example akoi magnetism ni matang na tameng khalajin because I physics background le so I'll tell you about it from the physics point of view. So example in period of the magnetism mana hayasina akoi magnetism mana leizare magnetism zi tamba hu thngai da sumaina ga haibiram taragadi magnetism ga haiba wahi si kadai degi laki haibabu Greece ki island Magnesia ka wamadagi lai Greece ki island Magnesia sida about kya BC 400 500 I'm not sure exactly aduma BC mamang sida ki tarong ga bu Sephard yaw sen ba mayam sina yaw selling ai sida makhong ai right moi ki sandal lai ta ni ne si una sai ga yopi naga pharaga semba sandal ni si sandal je nungda nappa le thoki bai ta nappi sina kai gina im tamda oziki nungje oziki sandal se nappa ji ai sandal je nungje napki je dum thengna ba ni moi je thengnai je kai gina im tamda magnetic ore am yaw lei bai ta oziki magnetite lodestone ga na lai je magnet ke siki kai no me am de sungak torim ni oziki magnetic properties and ba nung mayam je Daga Tengnare, Sigi Ahamba, Mapam Sidagi, Magnesia, Bulam Sidagi, magnets is my town Tengna, magnets Kanagator, magnetism Ganagalize, Adugini Haiko, and magnetism gi Adukatana team, what in my Navamiam, living in China, gi war to Gibagi, Makan Miam later. Adumaina, Kaino to bring I said, Dring I said that. Ideama Bibiram Targadi. Akoina magnetism tambazida hena interest lay habi wanida, and it does so because it asserts the unity not merely of history but of knowledge. The layman's key to science is its unity with the arts. Layman abdi common man which does not have the science ki degree laitaba mi gi phawda kidawi mana arts ka science ka je unite torke hai targadi art ka science ka ne science the moida interest lehen ge hai targadi sorry science the moida interest lehen ge hai targadi arts ka unite tor kadam ni si karigino arts ka unite tor kadam ni gan hai se layman ji moi sigi kaino me am se khangbada ka tai se karigino common man jina science khangbada ka tai se karigino hai targadi because object thoiba me am ji modana environmental pollution mayamam later. Then we have climate change, which is a big threat ni jaisda lay politicians mayamam na khare hena yengjan bigadi hena phagada woni moising se because akhoi phawada sahi khara lega effect sungsoi soida torkani khali nate torok tori bani for us, for our parents, for our grandparents, for our children, for our grandchildren, laidoriba mayam si loinama effect or purimina singma mayam si khang targadi necessary step to sathaduni dana. He will understand science as a culture when he tries to trace it in his own culture. So culture when a science understand the vitargadi, that would be the best. So for example, plastic hundokpa khotokpa mayam se phatte na culture oina cultivate to vitargadi natra akoi kaidobagi kobru da kaadana amot poi kai hundokna tormi do kaidobi togdoino akoi gi kaino se understand fazana tok targadi segi idea sima. It has been one of the most destructive modern prejudices that art and science are different and somehow incompatible interest. So akoina prejudice tawi akoina khalli akoina kainoze a modern man has a most destructive modern prejudices hai koina khanbaje more destructive oiba modern oiba kainoze art and science tongale sini art and science tongale na koina khalli and moigi interesting se ani je yanade incompatible oi khalle jine ko koina ke har ki angse we have fallen into the habit of opposing the artistic to the scientific temper. We even identify them with a creative and a critical approach. In a society like ours, which practices the division of labor, there are, of course, specialized functions as a matter of convenience. As a matter of convenience, and only as a matter of convenience, the scientific function is different from the artistic. In the same way, the function of thought differs from and complements the function of feeling. But the human race is not divided into thinkers and feelers, and we would not long survive the division. Kari haire seisida. We have fallen into the habit. Koi habit says chathagre dudi kaino artistic oiba temper ga scientific oiba temper ga ani se opposite oi ani se yanade art ka science ka ani se opposite oi ne yanade have se hekta akoi gi habit akoi gi thinking da lai re sine. We even identify them with creative and critical approach. Karmaina mo ani se manade setok akoi manada ba kaino se bukta akoi na yam creative oiba mong da critical oiba mong da book high rate thumb grace. In a society like ours, which practices the division of labor, a society is the Kaido Padayana Kanba society. Division of labor is the Taina Dagi Lavani, Taina Dagi Haibu. Example, division of labor is the men. Nupazing Sina Kaidawi, they are hunters. Women and children Kaidawi Moyana Tomo Kwatpa Meamtawi. Kaido inatro labor, Kaido inatro division of labor is a society is the practice to it. There are of course specialized function as a matter of convenience. Ako nungai bagi convenient oy bagi matungina division of labor thamme. So adumaina as a convenience nungai bagi and only as a convenience nungai ba khatangi. Ako na keno to buda nungai bagi. The scientific function is different from the artistic. Scientific ka artistic ka oiba function ze khenana akoina khaido isina for sake of convenience. In the same way, the function of thought differs from and complements the function of feeling. But the human race is not divided into thinkers and feelers, and we would not long survive the division. Sapmana ba mongda art ka science ka tokai na khaidokpagi mongda akhoi gi kanosidi akhoi sibu mi kharna thinkers kharna feelers ana khaidokro kharna wakhan khanba kanoni kharna phawba akhoi gi kano da si tawbuda akhoi si phawi feel tawi feelers ana khaidokro thinkers feelers ana khaidokro khaidokte sigi divisions they will not survive tawloi haibagi wana. We are divided by schooling and experience. Schooling is we divide away experience now, but we do differ, though we differ less in our aptitudes. Why akoi taungambagi matungina di karabudi differ away tawtabani. But below this, we share a deeper basis of common ability. Common ability the loinema when share away. For example, we are almost all of us are able to eat. Common we are able to read unless you are dyslexic, which is not common. So yamna common ability mayamam lay natra. This is why I write with confidence for laymen and scientists, because the reader who is interested in any activity which needs thought and judgment is almost certainly a person to whom science can be made to speak. It is not he who is deaf, but the specialists who have been dumb, the specialists in arts as well as the sciences. This is why I write, say writers in Jacob Bronowski with confidence for laymen and scientists, because the reader who is interested in any activity, reader or listener because we are doing this together. Interested in activities which needs thought and judgment is almost certainly a person to whom science can be made to speak. So Sumaina Hosik man haigid maina khantar gadi kaidore science adum science ki temper se nan aingon da loinamak develop ton ba yani si arts ki sumangai natra. It is not he who is deaf akhoi nang akhoi sinate tadrije tadabanate akoi deaf oibanate but the specialist scientist oiba artist oiba specialist moi myam na ngang thorak tabaine because they have been dumb. The specialists in the arts as well as the sciences top ta leiba moi kangu myam sina siguma myam se haidor kadamni kino top thor kadamne and we should try to science and arts ani se purokna ba hotna gadabani sine chidi yam sumba wafam lan khali. Many people persuade themselves that they cannot understand mechanical things or that they have no head for figures. These convictions make them feel enclosed and safe, and of course save them a great deal of trouble. But the reader who has a head for anything at all is pretty sure to have a head for whatever he really wants to put his mind to. So many people me mayama kayowi persuade why they argue with reason man argue tawi that moi sing se mechanical thing da dagi number yawba kino to buda akoi di maths haite kan ekta haibaduni ne sida haise koi di si kino tongning de koning de. These convictions setna leiba thazaba moina thazai ni dana I maths haite kino haite haibase make them feel enclosed and safe. Moi si khanjaraga moi safe oi adu kaidawi a great deal of trouble is safe tawzayu moi sing se hotna baduni ko great deal of trouble safe tawai se hotna drena khangdre tadokre loire trouble am ta kino tor. But the reader hujik read toriba hujik tariba koi myam sini who has a head for anything is pretty sure to have a head for whatever he really wants to put his mind to. Moi de dum khan bu khaladi tawge bu khaladi ngamni jini keno sin hais. His interests, say in mathematics, has usually been killed by routine teaching. Mathematics ki keno me amje routine hanjan na keno me am ta padagi mag interest se handar pe ai exactly as a literary interest of most scientists, and for that matter of most non-scientists, has been killed by a set of book and a Shakespeare play. Samane maths yam pamjaba lagi arts from the lakta me amjina kamai to moi sing zo moi interest me amjo hato amba yai karina by a set of books or maybe by play of Shakespeare ki play am interest mangi ba kaino tawgiba adum yai havinida. Few people would argue that those whose taste for poetry has not survived the school certificate are fundamentally insensitive to poetry. Yet, they cheerfully write of large intellectual pleasures of science as if they belonged only to minds of a special caste. Science is not a special sense. It is as wide as the literal meaning of its name, knowledge. The notion of the specialized mind is by comparison as modern as the specialized man, the scientist, a word which is only 100 years old. So kari haire mi kharana marayeli argue that those whose taste for poetry has not survived the school survey school hek tamlo class 10 tamlo ibagani khangde kaino poem me am pamdre khotre haire haiba leidana ko koi disi pamjadi ko jade na aduga kaidoba science ki maramdadi mayam ama iba ngamba like moi science ki damak the polk pai type adumba khar leidana ko adumba leina argue to mi kharana madi poetry the yadrabani kaino tawdrabani ga haira. Science is not a special sense. Mad science is adu khatang da restrict torga leibnati. It is as wide as literal meaning of the name, knowledge. Science means knowledge. Knowledge is the karidobugi poetry yauriduino, karidobugi arts yauriduino. The notion of the specialized mind is by comparison as modern as specialized man, the scientist, a word which is only 100 years old. So specialized mind means specialized with science, the specialized the arts, the specialized khangde sigi se is by comparison as modern anova kainoni is idea ne is specialized mind scientist ba kainosi artist ba kainosi modern idea ne is akoigi kainose only about 100 years old. Scientists guy is about only 100 years old kainone is it. So probably more than 100 pudi or mani uzi pudi adumba kaino ka tholak tangai mamang di karam hain toram bazano or akoigi kainose khaidu is khaidok tabni hena phai haibagi idea khaktani. I think I will talk up to here. See the sangani maybe in the next part. Here namu parts patharake. So bye.